Hey everybody, it's Jorik. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day. If you're new and just found me, I moved to Portugal from the US, so I'm an expat living here. I talk about moving to and living in Portugal, Portugal life, as well as Europe travel news. If you're returning, you know that, and thank you so much for continuing to watch the videos. Hope you'll continue to support and tell some others to maybe watch as well. This video is about laundromats, and specifically in Lisbon and within Portugal, using and how to locate them and what to do when you're there. Thankfully, most of the laundromats that I've been to, in fact, all of them in Portugal, have different languages that you can use so you can easily figure out how to use them. But I'm going to start off because most people are going to go, well, we at least have a washing machine. Many of you realize that you won't get a dryer with your rental or your purchase property, that you can buy a separate one. Some places have the washer dryer combo. I don't think they're frankly that good. But during the winter time, the rainy season, let's say October through February, oftentimes it takes a long time for things to dry. So whether you have them out on a line outside or inside on like a collapsible system that you can dry clothes on, and let's say your spare bedroom, you may need to use a laundromat to help dry clothes and make sure that they're dry. Also, a more practical reason to use a laundromat is for the big stuff. So a comforter, quilt, oversized items that maybe won't fit in your washing machine. You will once in a while need to use a laundromat. So I wanted to just let you know, I'm showing you a map. When I type in lavanderia on Google Maps for Lisbon, many show up. We have 3 within a 10 to 12 minute walk of our apartment, depending on which direction we're walking to. So I wanted to make this video. This is one that is close to us. It happens to be a Speed Queen franchise. And as you walk in, most of them look the same. As you can see here, they have products that you can buy, so detergent, dryer sheets, things like that. Most of them are set up with 3 or 4 dryers. This one has 4, and 4 to 6 washing machines. This one has 6. So they have a couple of, I'll say, regular sized washing machines, and then they have a couple for super sized or big loads. So if you have a huge comforter or you're trying to put a couple of quilts in at once, you can use that. It does cost more to do that. When I was using this today, there happens to be someone that I see whenever I go use the laundromat, which isn't often, maybe once a month. The same person's in there, works for a local hotel, so they're using the laundromat to do their sheets and towels. The process at all of these places that I've been to is a kiosk, a keypad, where you type in and you, based upon language, they have English, Portuguese, Spanish, and French at this particular location. You click what you want to do. So you're able to click the language and then click a button. And do you want to wash or dry or get a rewards card, etc. So in this case, I clicked wanting to wash, and then it pops up with what machine. The blue is available, the reds are in use, so there was not much available, only one machine, which happens to be the most expensive machine. But when you click that, it'll give you the machine number and how much it costs, and you can either pay through cash or use one of these cards that you can purchase through the machine to put money on it, kind of like a credit card, and use for your cycle. You do the same for drying, and depending on if the laundromat is packed, sometimes you have to wait in line and kind of get in a queue. I will say that there are some days where if it's rained for, let's say, a week straight, you will often find people coming there not to wash their clothes because they've already washed at home, but they'll bring bags with like garbage bags over them to cover them to be able to dry them and make sure that they're fully dry. So this particular laundromat, again, is like almost everyone you're going to see. I would say everyone that I've been in has at least Portuguese, English as language options. Some have Spanish and or French. This one has the most languages, the 4 languages there to choose from. So many people, because we live in an area where there's many embassies and the majority of people in this area are either traditional, they're native Portuguese, or they're French pensioners or expats. Several Spanish live in our area, and then there's a handful of people from the UK or the US or Canada that live in our neighborhood, so the use of English. But very easy to use, and it is something that, although you will have a washing machine, if you get a washing machine and dryer, in reality, the only time you're going to need to use a laundromat is for, let's say, an oversized load. The comforter or a quilt or big blankets that you can't kind of squeeze into your small washer, you're going to need to use a bigger one at a laundromat for. But it's very easy, very user-friendly. Everywhere that I've been to throughout Lisbon, so in our neighborhood, but also on the other side of town, most washes are anywhere from 26 to 30-minute washes. I haven't found one that is a cycle that's longer than that. And then drying, this particular laundromat has two options. I believe it's an 18-minute and a 36-minute option. So obviously if you choose 36, it costs a little more, but the clothes, better chance of getting dry. I will say that, and this is using laundromats back in the United States as well, the wash cycles haven't had any issues with things not coming out clean. Everything comes out clean in the 28 to 30-minute cycle at any place. What I will say on the drying side is even if you have the crank up the heat to the highest level of heat, oftentimes you need to choose the 36-minute or the twice as much option, or you actually need to do 36 minutes plus another 18 minutes, depending on if you have bigger clothes, let's say jeans and sweatshirts and things like that in the dryer. It takes a little longer to dry, even at a high temperature level. So things to keep in mind, but I wanted to get this video out because some of you are not sure what to do if you're just vacationing here, and you may go into a studio or a one-bedroom Airbnb that doesn't have any washer because it's not really designed for people staying there. It's designed for a lot of people staying 1 or 2 nights and leaving. And if you need a laundromat on a flash, you can go to the Google Maps in Lisbon or wherever you are in Portugal and type in lavanderia. Find one. Even small towns have at least one laundromat that I found. Go use it and try it. And the thing is, there is no language barrier because the touch screens have in English, Spanish, French. They have other options for you to be able to work with. So you don't even have to know Portuguese all that well to be able to utilize a laundromat. So as always, I can't thank you enough for continuing to watch the videos. I hope this one was helpful. So if you need to use a laundromat, you know where to go and what to do when you're there. As always, thank you so much for watching and enjoy your travels.